please fasten your seatbelts and keep them fastened until the lights are turned off. We are expecting some bad weather ahead and there may be some turbulence. Madam Toastmaster of the meeting, members of the executive, specially invited guests, and fellow Toastmasters. This was my plight a few weeks ago on my way to Puerto Rico via Fort Lauderdale on my way to represent Toksu at a humorous speech competition. It is no secret that I suffer from aerophobia, a deep fear of flying. My heart skipped a beat and I began to pray. Oh my gosh, what is going on? But my frustration started even before I hit the air, when I called Caribbean Airlines and had to endure listening to music for 10 minutes that nearly drove me up a wall before a customer service rep came on. Caribbean Airlines, thanks for holding. How can I help you? And when she heard my wrong Trini accent, she switched to a friendly Trini accent. It was excitement from beginning to end. Let me take you back to the action in the air on flight 408. Fasten your seatbelts as I take you back. The pilot announced, we are cruising at 36,000 feet. Conditions seem to be favorable. We are going to arrive a half an hour early. Everyone on the plane perked up and the trek to the toilets began. Suddenly, this is your captain. Could you fasten your seatbelts? There is some bad weather ahead and the ride may get a little bumpy. All those in the aisle, please return to your seats and buckle up. Those in the toilets, return to your seats immediately and buckle up. I wondered how he expected those in the toilets who were midway in an unstoppable activity to return to their seats. When the plane made the first dip, I started to tremble and I whipped out my rosary and I begged Mother Mary and all the saints to intercede for me. It ascended like a wounded bird and it made a dive again. I held on to the seat ahead of me and I heard a little boy ask his mother, Mommy, the plane doing push-ups? I opened one eye and peeked across at my sister who was sitting next to me. Her eyes were tightly shut and she was muttering her prayers. Oh my gosh. Next thing the pilot announced, okay, we are approaching Hollywood International Airport. At that stage, I thought that we had gotten lost and landed up in California, only to discover that the name of the airport in Fort Lauderdale is Hollywood International. He continued, I cannot see to land. Visibility is very poor. And if I cannot make it in one, we are going to have to fly to Miami International. It was then that I begged my deceased parents there. The plane started to bob and weave like a boxer trying to avoid getting punched. A locker flew open. Bradham, something fell out. everyone on the plane was in prayer mode. And I said, thank God I took my Dramamine tablet to settle my stomach and my nerves. The plane made another dive again. I said, oh gosh, this is it. But then it suddenly ascended, and the pilot said, we are headed for Miami International Airport. In half an hour, we were on the ground. The pilot tried to negotiate for us to disembark. Customs and immigration decided we could not get off there. We had to head back to Hollywood. We were allowed to refuel. When the pilot was ready to take off again, he was told that the runway at Hollywood International was packed. We had to remain for 3 hours on the ground. A flight that should have taken 4 hours took 10. Fellow Toastmasters, from here on in, I am doing all of my talks in Trinidad. Right here at Talk Soon. And if I want to see other frontiers, I will view Discovery Channel in the comfort of my living room or bedroom. Madam Toastmaster.